Hi guys, welcome to the Exchange podcast. This is an emergency one, isn't it? Because there's been a lot going on. But let me just introduce my guests. I have here Talks with Jade and Mr. OTF. But today's episode is literally about... I'm not going to say the whole episode is going to be about... Is it Dutchavelli or Dutchavelli?
Dutchavelli.
You
said it with confidence though.
We're gonna talk about
Dutchavelli.
We're gonna touch on that, but we're gonna talk about basically, you know, people in the industry using their power, you know, to manipulate young people and sexualize young people, and it's just something that is really bugging and it needs to be addressed. So that's why we're putting out this episode so quickly. Yeah.
Dutchavelli.
Is it Dutchavelli?
Yeah.
Well, whatever in it, like
not Dutchavelli.
My thing is this, yeah. People who are in positions of power always feel like they have like a hold over people. Do you get it?
But
like,
define position of power though.
So position of power, I mean, you know, we just talk about artists then, because he's an artist, he's a rapper.
Social presence.
Yeah.
That's basically position of power in itself.
Right. And they feel like, you know, that they can use their status then to entice young girls and groom young girls and boys, because boys are not exempt to this. Do you know what I mean? It's like we always focus on girls being groomed, but equally boys are groomed as well. And
whether they like to admit it or not. And, you know, I feel like these are things that we need to speak about, because people are getting groomed every single day. Like, young girls are getting raped at very young ages, you know, so young that I can't even comprehend it. And I feel like it needs to be called out as and when it happens. You know, a spade is a spade at the end of the day. And why do we feel as a society that we should be like covering up for people? Why? But then it all stems from culture in a sense, or what happened years ago, that it's easy to call out someone for stealing but not calling them out for sexual inappropriate behaviours, i.e. rape, sexual assault.
Firstly, before we go into detail for those that don't know, because most people probably think it's all sexual, can someone define what grooming actually is?
Okay, so grooming is where you... How can I describe it? I'm not really sure in regards to that sexual, but I know about when you groom young people into like gangs, for example. So it's about enticing somebody into something, making somebody... manipulation. Yeah, to make somebody feel that they're gaining something from it. So an example that I would put in is this. They call it chicken shop grooming. So it's a form of manipulation and a way of getting them to do what the person wants, do you get it, to be done. So I'll be like, I see a young person on the street and I'll say, oh, do you want this latest phone? Oh no, I can't get this latest phone, my mum can't afford it. No, it's fine, I'll buy it for you. Just hold that, innit? So that person holds that, thinking, yeah, it's cool. And then they're like, oh, because I've got you a phone, would you mind just holding the little...
So now it's a constant net.
A little ounce for me. He might think he'll get in trouble, but he'll just be like, no, it's fine, don't watch that, innit? Like, I've got you. And then every day, it's like something new. Oh, hold them trainers, innit? It's fine. But now you owe a debt. So you need to pay back that debt now, innit? So you need to go to the trap house to pay back the debt. And then you get set up, and then you get robbed, and then you owe that debt. So it's basically a way of getting young people in to do your dirty work. That's in the gang life, street life. But in regards to like sexual stuff, somebody who's famous, a young person is looking up to you, innit? They're thinking, oh my God, like this person's speaking to me. Why has he chosen me out of all these thousands of followers?
That's actually what you should think as well. Why have they actually chosen you?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's that young person though.
That's what the young person should be thinking, but they're 12, they're 13.
But some are open to thinking like that, but obviously a lot aren't. But normally they pick out the ones that purposely wouldn't notice.
So they they prey on the vulnerable.
They prey on the vulnerable.
They prey on the vulnerable.
That's like the whole definition of grooming is someone who is in a position of power or someone that is more knowledgeable on something than you, and they lure you into a false sense of security. But you're going into it thinking that you hold all the cards, when in reality you're just a chess piece.
100%.
You don't see the bigger picture. It's easy to manipulate or kind of stare someone to do what you want them to do if they don't have the knowledge, experience,
I know,
or the level of understanding of what they're going into. It's the same as the chicken shop grooming. That child didn't know that he was paying a debt. Most kids these days don't know what a debt is. They leave school not understanding what a debt is.
Exactly. So let's start off with, what's his name?
Dutchavelli. Don't say Dutchavelli again.
Okay, what is it? Dutchavelli. Whatever his
Dutchavelli.
name is. He's a UK rapper, innit? Apparently he's Steph London's brother.
Well, no, he is.
Oh, he is. He's her brother. Whatever though, innit? He's been talking to, apparently, allegedly, Allegedly, he's been speaking to 14-year-old girls, right?
Allegedly.
However, his Instagram or Snap got hacked and all the messages have been leaked, and voice notes of this 14-year-old girl have been put all over social media, all over the blog pages, and basically it's all come out. The issue that I have with this whole thing, is that he's a UK rapper, a very famous UK rapper, but nobody in the industry has spoken out about it. Nobody in the industry has called it out for what it is, I've been on Twitter. I've heard people say, but he didn't actually touch her. He's just talking to her. Listen, from time your name is man and you're talking inappropriately to a child, you need to be cancelled.
I think the bit that was concerning for me was, in the messages where he actually acknowledges that she's a young girl.
Exactly.
But you know, come through on WhatsApp. Come. Let me get your WhatsApp though.
She said her age.
Like, I don't understand. And you know what? Like, for me personally, I've been in a situation where when I just turned 18 and just started partying, a promoter who at the time I didn't know who he was, a promoter, approached me, and I kept saying to him, like, nah, I'm good. But he kept persisting, and at the end of the night when he was away from his friends, I said, look, how old do you think I am? He was like, you're 28. I said, no, I'm 18, and that's it. He goes, oh my God, you're younger than my sister, I can't ever talk to you. Whatever, he left it there and walked away. Do you get what I mean? And I have much more respect for him for doing that. But for you to actually hear the person's age and you to say, oh, well, cool, she's here now, give me the WhatsApp. You lost your damn mind.
To me. It makes no sense to me, I can't lie. So what was your feeling on it?
Well, one thing, I'll just go off of what I've seen other people say. Over the last couple of days, the big hype has been around the fact that everyone was onto the guy that was grooming the little girl in Mitcham. Because he had basically because apparently he was a weasel or he had no status. But now that it's someone of status, everyone's kind of deciding social, what do you call it? Social justice. And that's kind of the hype at the moment. But my views on it is as simple as trends and clout kind of control the whole of social justice. So the fact that no one established had actually spoken on it yet, no one's really going to react until someone that actually has a presence says something. Then I feel like it's just going to be under wraps the whole time. And even like as we're speaking now, we're saying it's allegedly, but that's only because no one's actually spoken out on it properly. So it could have actually happened. But
can't say. To be fair, is it alleged when you've seen the evidence?
That's the point. But because no one bigger spoke.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying.
I think the reason why we are using the word allegedly is because he hasn't been convicted of a crime. We've seen the evidence. We know it's grooming, but he hasn't been convicted of a crime.
And he
Second
hasn't
of all,
spoken out
the
about it
mother
either.
of the child released a statement which didn't even make sense. And if you're watching this, I said what I said. It didn't make sense. Try again. Okay? That said, oh no, it wasn't that, and he's a very close friend of the family, he wouldn't do that. Then you don't check your daughter's phone. No, but then
in the same breath have admitted that there was flirtatious messages. So make it make sense.
But
It's
remember,
either has it happened or has it not?
How much money did you get paid?
How much? Yeah.
That's the point. You have to remember he has a status. So his management team, all those people, they have to
make it go away. They have to make it go away.
That's the point of why someone with status has to counter it. You can't have someone that is unknown countering it because they will somehow buy you off or just shun it off saying they're talking nonsense. Yeah. Which is the point now why everyone is still iffy whether it's true or not, because no one's actually made any clarifications of what's actually happened. Like everyone's seen the footage, but
everyone's seen the footage. It's everywhere. It's gone viral.
I understand it, but at this moment in time, it kind of looks like it's like even some people I've seen that said, "Oh, it's Photoshop." Like you can't really. It's not concrete evidence in that manner.
One of the comments
because it could be like it's just all you can see really is his name at the top.
The voice notes, though, you can't get away from the.
I haven't listened to.
But again, it's on social media. Anyone could have been on his account. That's where it gets iffy.
Okay, but the voice notes though. How are you photoshopping or whatever somebody's voice?
You'll be surprised at what happens in this day and age.
Black market's real, you know.
I'll be real. Listen, if you watch Catfish, yeah, I know people here watch Catfish, yeah.
So you're crazy. So are you telling me, yeah, that you don't believe it then?
I'm not saying I don't believe it.
Is it not
I
true?
100% believe it. But I'm just
then
I'm looking from different angles.
Yeah, but why put out there that stuff's photoshopped and this and that? When that dude was taking that little girl the other day in Mitcham, no one weren't talking about Photoshop.
That is my point.
No one weren't saying, again, that could have been edited, this and that. But why, when it's somebody who's famous, it can be?
The clear difference with those two cases is that
one has clout and one doesn't.
That's one. Two, someone was first hand there. And
someone physically.
Someone was physically there. Do you get what I mean? And they can recount what happened. They got out their phone and recorded
those voice notes and those messages. They won't hold up in court. Let's be honest.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's where.
No, but they will, because they always use the stuff on the phone as concrete evidence to put people away.
Yeah, but then they have to have a witness to go with that.
And if the family are not going to test
the
it,
mum ain't gonna. Oh, he's a family friend. It's all good. So.
Yeah, but you can't say that. There was flirtatious stuff, but there's reasons for it. What reason for someone big man to flirt with your 14-year-old daughter? I don't get it.
I said what I said.
Make it make sense.
How much did you get paid? Wink, wink. We know. Wink.
But then can you?
But what I commented on the blog pages when they actually released a statement, shout out UK Gossip TV, was. It's all right, you lot trying to defend the thing, like, oh, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Where's your evidence to back what you're saying? Where's your evidence? Because as far as we're concerned, we've seen messages.
Yeah, the messages were there. And then they try to say stuff like, oh, yeah, some of the things were deleted.
I said, but no, regardless whether the messages were deleted or not, if I'm having a conversation with an adult male, okay, someone that's senior to me, and they're a family friend, no way, shape or form should you even pick up the sense of that we're flirting. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But
that should just
the
be
fact
like,
that we're reading
combo.
it and
we're saying
everyone can pick it up. It's not one person out of 100 that said, oh, that come across a bit flirty to me.
No, that's thousands of people.
Everyone's said, no, that's flirting. So what's going on? How much did you get paid?
But the thing is, yeah, it's deeper than that, because what are we showing young girls of today? Do you understand that you can be bought, basically?
Exactly. If someone
you can be given hush money, like, do you get me? Like, it's just chill, innit? Like, yeah, I'm older than you and I'm doing my thing with you, but hold that, innit?
Yeah.
Pay your mum's rent for a couple months. Like, some people sit there and like, even when we was talking about grooming, like in the youth crime kind of community thing, there's parents that. They know they never bought them crap for the youth, you know. They know they never gave them that. They're 14. What job do you have to come home and give your mum a score to say, mum, put on the electric, hold that? What do you mean? You ain't working nowhere.
But they don't think about. They're just looking at the good side of it. They know that something's happening.
Something's going on.
Shut it off, sort of thing.
So
if they don't know, like, ignorance is bliss, innit? So
listen,
they don't know, then it won't hurt them.
That ignorance thing it's not bliss, because at the end of the day, it's the deep rooted situation, and there's young girls that follow him and other artists as well, R. Kelly, all them other people, you know, and they're looking up to these people. So if we don't call people out on those type of things, then who's gonna save the children?
Pretty much.
We have to be there for young people, and we have to be there for our kids. Sooner or later, yeah, people are gonna have their own children. So if that happened to his sister, if he had a little sister, or any of these people that touch up children, what happens if it happened to them? What are they gonna do? I don't get it.
No,
it doesn't make sense to me.
It's only then that's when people take it seriously. But for me, it's the family's approach to it as well. Like I said, it just shows another generational curse where you just hide the abuser, but you can point out if someone stole from your kitchen.
That's it. And, you know, there's so many women, grown women, who have suffered, you know, abuse for years and years and years. And men.
Specifically men.
And
they
men.
Get missed out a lot.
They do, to be fair. And they've been abused by family members, friends, you know, parents, partners, and all of that. And it just gets swept, and it needs to stop, because there's young people and, you know, elders like killing themselves because of it, because they can't take the trauma. It's too much, and it's affecting their mental health.
The people that have the biggest power on changing these things are people
the perpetrators,
that have influence or social influencers. And obviously it's the perpetrators, and then there's other social influencers that don't want to get involved, so they're not countering that, so there's no balance. It's just all one-sided.
Yeah,
they don't want to fuck up their bag, basically.
That's pretty much
what
it is. That is basically what it is.
How's everyone quiet?
Something.
It don't make sense to me, but everyone was quick to cancel Wiley. Quick time. He was cancelled in a day. Just because he spoke his truth.
He didn't even get to a week. He didn't even get.
They lock him off Instagram. They look him off all socials. Yeah, because he spoke his truth, innit? Regardless if you want to believe him or not, or you agree or disagree, he spoke his mind and got cancelled. But somebody who could have potentially fiddled, like, physically with a 14-year-old girl, that's okay though. Like, you're gonna big him up and you're gonna buy his record. I'm sure I went on Twitter and I saw Tion Wayne even say something about, I don't know if it's true or not. Let me get it up, because this is a real thing. It's on Twitter. Yeah.
But then he goes down to
he said something. Hold on, where is it? He goes, I didn't even know what was happening, but if it is true, I don't condone that, but I don't know. It's still gold and it's my song.
So he's basically doing what Boris Johnson was doing. He's basically contradicting everything he said.
That makes no sense to me.
He's basically trying to say, I don't think it happened, but I don't want to say that because I don't want my fans to know.
He said he don't know if it happened. He doesn't condone it.
He doesn't want to screw up.
But he says it's his song.
And he contradicts it again with, I don't know. It's like,
no. I don't know is the song. That's what the song's called. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what I thought at first, and then I was like, no, the song's the song's called I Don't Know. He's saying that basically that his song still bangs, but it's his song, so bye. But my thing is this, yeah, if you have somebody that you're working with who's potentially a child fiddler, yeah, potentially, why are you gonna be? I wouldn't be promoting that song. I would just have to take that L.
Even if you're not promoting, why would you not?
Yeah, but then it's not.
Get at it. Why would you not ask him direct?
Like, and I would just be like, happening? Bro, what's going on?
Or tell him. Yeah, exactly. Like,
and even as well,
if he was that innocent, in my opinion, he would have came out straight away.
He ain't come out. He's with Charlie Slot.
Because if someone tried to tell me I was talking to a 14-year-old girl, that exact same hour, I'm going on socials and everything
and denying everything,
like, yo,
if it's not
true. I
true.
don't know what this is right now, but I'm not involved.
Yeah,
Someone's
but obviously management have said to be quiet.
That's understandable, but your management will only say that if something's going on. Why do I tell you?
They would have already had your interview. They would have got you on ZZ Mills.
They would have done that on purpose. They would have used that as promotion if he was innocent.
Yeah.
Because like they say, all publicity is good publicity.
Good publicity.
So he would have used that to his advantage. But obviously he has not. So, it makes it a bit iffy
that you stayed
quiet.
That you stayed quiet.
you haven't said nothing.
And then the man's thing is, I can guarantee it. A week or two from now, he's gonna come out and be like, "Oh, I didn't know what to come out and say." Blah blah blah, and then he'll deny it. Once it's all calmed down already, once it's
because
all gone down.
That's what they're waiting for.
Yeah,
Their whole team is just waiting for it to just be under the carpet, and then he will release the tune.
Yeah, next year,
and then everyone will go and buy it. Yeah.
That's
And he'll
exactly
get millions of views. But that makes no sense to me, because there's young girls sitting in their room right now probably crying because they've been abused by somebody, and they feel that, and because they're seeing that
would make them want to come out, but because they're not now, they're like, oh, you know what? There's no point because nothing's happening anyway. So,
but this is what I'm saying to you, because it makes you lose confidence in society and also the justice system. Because if I was a young girl at 14 or whatever being groomed or whatever by somebody who I look up to as a famous person or whatever, yeah, and then I'm seeing that he's done something like that, or even not even to me but to a friend, then and then nothing's happened, I'm gonna be like, but hold on a minute, is this okay then? Is this behaviour normal? For
men, yeah, I feel like it's worse, because I'm not gonna lie, when I was young, yeah, if I got moved to or spoken to by an older woman, I was thinking, yeah, like I'm the guy, but it's not that.
No, but this is the thing. Like, this is still grooming. Yeah. But when you're young, sometimes you're young and you think you're older. I'm not condoning anything, because from the time you're, like I said, you're an adult and you're talking to a child inappropriately, it's all wrong. But we have to remember, like when we were young, even when I was in school, like 14 years old and 13 or whatever, and I would see like older people, and I was always attracted to older guys, like in their 20s. But it's not legit, and it's worse if they ever move to me.
Yeah, something wrong with him.
Which one of them did? I can't lie to you.
You would have it because
I would just be like, oh my god, yeah, because he had a nice car and whatever. But when you look back as an adult, you're like, hold on a minute, I was 14.
Mad, like I was thinking a bit
I was
back then.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
You know what? It's a bit mad, you know, but it's basically the society we live in, man. It really is.
Yeah, but it needs to be.
But this is why it's important as parents. You've got to talk to your kids.
You have to
have that open communication. Like, I get it. There are some parents that do have open communication, but the child chooses not to say anything. But boy, I'll be doing spot checks. I'm not gonna lie.
You have to have open communication with your kids, and you also have to, just make them be aware of the type of people that we're living amongst at the end of the day. Like, you get some, remember like back in the days, like the Jimmy Savile days, when they had all the kids all up on their lap and rubbing them up.
You see, that wouldn't work with my mum.
That doesn't make sense to me. It's like, and again, some parents forcing their kids to like hug adults and all them things, give adults kisses and shit. No, don't do that. If your kid doesn't want to do it, leave the kid.
Funny enough, one of my friends tried to do that with their child with me the other day. I said, don't do that. Like,
no, if the child doesn't want to kiss you, they don't have to. They don't want to hug you.
They can say hi.
They can just say hi.
They can say bye. That's it. They don't have to touch me. And they're like, oh, but I said, no, you got to teach them boundaries, no matter how old they are.
Exactly. But like I was saying, yeah, in regards to, especially like people in the limelight, singers, dancers, actors, whatever, yeah, they need to be held accountable for what they do. It took 20 odd years for R. Kelly to get his comeuppance at the end of the day, because he paid the people's parents off.
So that started exactly the same as this situation now. It started exactly the same.
He paid them off, and then the money ran out, and then he couldn't pay nobody no more, so they ended up coming out.
But you get what I mean? It's the root cause. Like, okay, he's groomed young girls via messages, if we're using the Dutchavelli example
that we know of.
I was just about to say
there could have been in person as well, but obviously
we don't know that.
I was just about to say that, but we don't know if there's a person. But why? But why would you go out of your way to message a young girl when there are fans that adore you that are your age group? Is there something wrong with you? But
this is what I'm saying to you.
So if you believe that there's something wrong with you,
why go for a child? It's a child.
If you believe that there's something wrong with you, and you believe it's okay that you can message a child, you need to seek help. That's
But
not
the fact
okay.
that your sister is not even like, she's even saying like, oh, to see the messages that was seen on social media. Someone's, I think, whose cousin is it? Was it Cody or something? Katie, whatever. She was saying, like, he was saying to her, like, come on, man, you know it's wrong. It shouldn't have happened and whatever.
That's the cousin of the girl.
Yeah. So, and then she's like, oh, I suggest you tell the truth. But I'm not being funny. If your brother's had
Allegedly at that point, allegedly.
yeah, I would be pulling up my bro like, what are you doing?
But then, do people even G check their friends?
Yeah, but who's around? We've got to think of the environment as well, though.
I G-check my
Who's
friends all the
there?
time.
Who's around them? Do you know what I mean? That there's a whole clique. It's not just one person.
Exactly. So
He
you
was
kinda
in the
think-
studio, apparently, according to this voice note that's going around. He was in the studio when he was voice noting her. So who was in the studio with you when you was talking to this
That's the point.
14-year-old girl?
That's literally the point. Who you're around has to be doing. You have to be on the same shit. If you're, am I allowed to swear? No.
Yeah.
Whether I am or I'm not, you're going to be on the same shit.
That's what I'm saying to you.
If you're seeing that,
Your
that's what they're on.
or your associates are a reflection of you.
Yes.
So if they're doing a madness, regardless of not whether you're actively doing it or not, you're part of it. You're enabling
You're an
it.
accessory, basically.
You're enabling it because you're
So-
not G-checking people.
You think I'm not G-checking my friends? Of course I am. They G-check me if they feel like I've done something wrong. But that thing there, you're getting G-checked and you're getting cut off. Like, I can't be
when it's to
associated
do
with
with anything about grooming young people, manipulating young people, verbally, sexually, whatever it is, yeah, it's a no from me. It's cancelled, bruv. Like, how can you even think about not even coming out and saying, oh, do you know what? There's some mad accusations going around. It's not even true, blah, blah, blah.
This is
You're not
exactly
even
my
trying to
point.
defend it.
You're not trying to
You're
defend-
just
exactly.
saying
Just letting it
nothing.
slide, like-
How can you say that makes no sense? How can you say nothing? If you're being accused of being a paedophile, which is what you see on the blog pages, and being a child fiddler, that's what is out there. How can you sit there with that kind of label going around? You don't just say nothing. You come out, you address it, and if obviously the evidence is there that we've seen, you talk us through it, innit? You be like, do you know what? This is what I meant by
I'll be
that.
having
Or
my PowerPoint
trying
presentation.
blood.
But I can
Exhibit A.
guarantee you that there are going to be people watching this that are going to say, why should he acknowledge it if it's just rumours?
Nah, because
There'll always be people
there's certain
that
things
try and
that
defend
need
it.
to
What
be.
can't be defended.
The
Nah.
severity of it. It's not you being accused of stealing a watch. If you don't want to admit that you stole the watch, fine. Or if you didn't do a child touching, that's gonna trigger a lot of people. You're not gonna think to want to clear your name or have your side of the story told.
But that's the thing.
it.
It hasn't triggered a lot of people. That's the
No,
fact.
it hasn't triggered the right
It hasn't
people.
triggered the right people. It's triggered the people who have been sexually abused, assaulted
Yeah.
throughout their life, child or adult. Facts.
But it hasn't triggered who it should
triggered
have triggered.
in terms of people around him,
People that
or
understand
around
what it
those
actually
type
is.
of people, because it's not just about him. There's so many other males and females out there that do this on a daily.
I
So
will say-
it's not just an attack on him. It's just people in general who are nasty like that and say that they can touch up little kids.
Yeah, I will say.
I know I'm getting vexed, but it's
But
really
it's true.
it's too much.
But it's true. I will say there has been more people in the scene that have made comments on their Instagram or their social media
Like what?
accounts.
But
Hasn't seen
they're
it.
offlandish. It's not like they're being direct.
They're
It's
not
kinda
being direct.
because they
No,
don't want to be.
Well, Bouncer
Well,
was direct.
there's
Bouncer Play Dirty was direct.
How direct?
Oh
was it?
yeah,
He-
when the man had the hood on.
Yeah,
with the
he
coat.
was very
Yeah,
direct.
he was direct.
He even posted up some
He
of the
did.
evidence, but he had to take it down because the girl's address
was on there. Yeah,
was on there.
that's the
couldn't
one
just crop
thing
it.
that I don't.
He forgot to crop it.
So he couldn't
So he
delete
didn't
it, crop
copy
it,
and put it back on.
No, by the time he deleted
'Cause
it,
if he's a
by
big
the time
person.
by the time he deleted it, people saw it. innit?
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
still
You
good
know
for
people
more
are
people to see
breeding
it. Obviously, we need more people to see it. Otherwise,
No, but then
No, but he was talking about the address.
He uploaded a different type of message, but it was the same thing.
Okay, cool.
So it wasn't like he took down the screenshot, but the message that the videos and stuff that he posted up afterwards was still the same message being conveyed.
Well, as you lot can see, I don't really keep up with this kind of stuff.
Oh no, the blog page
Because
just
I don't really do the whole socials and clout chasing and trend setting and all that. So once all this stuff comes out, I just think on my own view and I just keep it to myself.
Keep it to yourself, you know.
Or I might post it on the social. I might get mad on the Snap or that.
You need to share your view.
No, I'll vent on Snap for like 5 minutes and then that's it. I'm not really about the whole posting it and then not posting it, because then when something else happens now and I don't post it, it just looks
Yeah.
selective. I ain't got time for all the selective business, so I just keep myself out of it. But you have other people where, you know, want to clout chase, and because they knew they would get them views and people will come to their page and that's why a lot of people actually posted it.
Yeah.
I could guarantee it's not actually for the
For
actual fact
yeah.
that this is what he's doing. It's the fact that I'm gonna get a couple more likes, couple more followers,
Yeah.
because
because
that's what the world runs on.
Twitter went mad about it.
This
Yeah.
is literally what
Twitter
gives
was
everyone
popping.
energy.
Yeah. But
And now
I think that's.
I guarantee you Twitter's not talking about it no more.
But it's like the Mitchum
no,
guy.
it's
It's like the
quiet,
Mitchum
quiet.
guy. Everyone reposted. Everyone commented what they had to say.
No, but they got justice from him.
Yeah.
He went to jail.
He got
and he had
justice.
to have what was it? What do you call it? Witness protection.
Yeah.
Because so many people wanted to get on him. This guy's walking on streets, and how many people are going towards him?
Nobody.
0.
No, he took a flight.
Not even on socials.
He's in Dubai
Nobody
right now.
on. I
Not
haven't
even
seen
on socials.
people on socials going at him and saying get him cancelled. Nothing.
Everyone's either being
But,
indirect
apart
or
from
saying
that one
nothing.
person that you were saying.
Bouncer.
Yeah, bouncer.
Yeah, he came on. That was the one that
there's
was just
another
came out of
artist
jail.
that was on
innit? That was his friend.
Yeah, there was another
Yeah.
artist that was on one of his Dutchavelli's tracks that actually just disassociated himself with him. I don't really know Dutchavelli.
I don't know him either. To be fair, I've never heard any of his songs.
I can only see what the blogs post, and obviously the blogs can be biased.
I don't know any of his music. I've not heard one song of his. I just, heard about this whole thing that come out a few days ago, and I just thought, nah, it's rubbish at the end of the day. There's so many traumatized young men and young women walking around the world every single day, and they've not got justice for their trauma.
Yeah.
They've not got justice for the fact that they've got, their mental health has been affected.
And weird as it may sound, even if he was to get convicted or he was to get found out, those people will kind of feel a little bit better. If that they'll feel a little bit
that
of
justice
themselves
has
again.
been done. That there's one
At
less.
least someone got justice.
Yeah, at least someone got justice. Mine might not have, but
Yeah.
it still makes them feel a bit better that
Yeah.
someone got it.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. And there's even another video that I saw today with some lady talking about some next guy in Brixton or something or another that was like...
I think we can use this as a catalyst to raise awareness, but we have to be mindful that unless you have evidence, and I'm saying this, if you're going to raise awareness on social media, targeting someone, unless you have evidence, don't do it.
Basically.
Yeah,
you have to
because
remember as well, a lot of people lie about their age,
Somebody put it up today, talking about some next guy from Brixton.
A lot of
but the
people
thing
lie about
is,
their age
this
as
is
well.
the thing with social media, though. Like you were saying earlier on about things getting edited and that type of stuff. You do have to be careful about just putting stuff straight onto social media, because you don't actually, unless, like you said, you've got concrete evidence. Do you know what I mean? Then it's a sticky one. But the point is, we've seen evidence on social media about this whole situation. It's not that we made it up. It was all over the blog pages. Every blog page was running it, and nobody in the industry speaking out about it, because I don't know why, innit?
Don't want to.
Everybody knows.
Mess up the bag.
No one wants to mess up the bag, but it's about principle at the end of the day. And even my thing is this as well, yeah. Even if you're gonna, the people around him, and even the people around other people that do crazy shit like that, even if you're going towards them from a place of love, like, bro, come on, like, really? You don't have to be like, oh my god, you're annoyed. You don't have to be like,
let them know it's wrong.
you just let them know, like, come on, like, what is it that you see in
what
a
you
child?
get
Like, what is it? Even if you had to come to them like that from a place of love,
At least you done it.
at least you've done it.
And no one's saying, you're making them question.
Yeah, no one's saying attack them or whatnot, because in some cases, some people might say that fiddling with children or grooming children is a mental health problem. Some people might say that. But then again, people are too quick to blame everything on mental health.
Yep.
You know, like that.
There may be some people that have that, but there's no way
it's not
everyone can have that.
I don't know.
Some people, it's like at the end of the day, again, some people might say it's just the preference. They just like younger girls.
No.
But then there's nothing to like. That's the problem. Like,
they don't even like themselves.
there's grown women that look like little girls. So like,
yeah.
But some of these kids don't even like themselves. They're going through hormonal changes. They're trying to get to know themselves. Like, come on, man.
I feel like it's not that they like the girls younger. I feel like they like that the girls are easier younger.
Yeah, because no one in their
So they're
age group
looking for.
stands
So
for
they're
nonsense.
looking for
The easiest
like,
lay in that way.
easy. Yeah,
Even how
but
nasty
but
it may sound.
you're looking for someone that doesn't really have much life experience, that may be socially isolated.
yeah, that don't sit well for even saying it. Don't make sense. How is
No,
that
but
attractive?
But it's a
Do you
control
get it?
thing. But it's a
How's
control
that-
thing.
how's that
What is
It's
having
an
the
ego
control?
thing.
So
It's basically the same as being in an abusive relationship.
It's a
Like,
In
different
most
type of-
cases, when you are you not normally much younger than your partner? In a way that they're mature and maybe mentally or physically they're more mature than you,
don't know.
which is what makes you want to be controlled. Not controlled, but allowing yourself to be controlled. If that makes sense.
I don't know. To be fair, for me personally, it just doesn't make no sense.
It doesn't. To me, it doesn't make sense.
My
but
thing is
to
this,
people, it
yeah.
makes sense.
If your name is adult, yeah, and you're dealing with a child, it's a no from me. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's wrong. I don't care what excuse you got or what excuse you don't have. It's just no, innit? You just don't do it. If you've got a child who's 5 years old and then your boyfriend's like wife touches up your 5-year-old kid, what is that alright?
Boyfriend's
Is that
wife.
normal?
How did you get
Obviously
there?
not.
Bruv, I don't even know, but there's so many messed up families that shit like that happens. I saw someone's live the other day on Instagram. She was speaking about how she got abused by, I can't remember if it was her cousin or something like that in Jamaica or whatever, and then she come here and then he came here and then it was all like all of that.
No, but Jamaica's a different ball game though. Like, the stories I've heard about Jamaica is crazy.
Caribbean.
It's crazy. I
Stories
remember
I've heard
someone
from
told me
Caribbean.
that they was like 12 and they lost their virginity to like a 48-year-old. Like it's crazy out
It's
there.
just it's not
it
even
gets
just there.
real out there,
It's
like,
crazy
I feel like-
everywhere because it's happening right here, right now, and no one's doing nothing about it. You know, like that.
But
Teachers are molesting children.
But the difference in some third world countries is that they know it's happening.
Yeah,
and
but
they're allowing it to happen.
no,
sort
but
of thing.
it's same here as well. This is a first world country. People know it's happening here, and they're allowing it here. It doesn't matter what part of the world you come from.
It's a culture.
People know that it's happening. They see it every single day, and it happens in the most elitist places as well, and the poorest. It's no one's
Okay,
immune
we're
to it.
mentioning elitist places. It gets deeper than that.
That's what I'm saying. That's another episode though, completely. But the thing is this, yeah, the whole thing is this, right? This episode is not to attack anybody personally. We spoke about the Dutchy thing because that is what
Making him sound like a Dutch boy.
whatever in
literally.
it. That is what
Dutchy
that
for the left.
is the
side.
story that's come out most recently, yeah? But the moral of this whole thing is this, innit? If you're a big man and you're a big woman, keep your hand to yourself. Look for people your own age and leave the pitney them alone.
Period.
Simple as that.
Them alone.
Leave people because you're gonna one day have your own children, yeah. And if a big man is troubling your pitney, you're not gonna have it. Heads
Or
are
woman,
coming
a
off.
big
Or
man.
We're
woman,
scrapping. 100% we're scrapping. Man or woman.
you're not gonna have it. Do you understand? So it's not an attack on him personally or in like as an individual. It's a
attack on
whole.
the whole movement
It's the
itself.
whole movement itself. Any adult, if your name is adult above 18, do not be looking below that age, innit? It makes no sense because you're either gonna get yourself into
No, hold
some
on, but you
serious
can't be 40 looking at an 18-year-old either, please.
No,
Please.
Yeah, because people
You
will
can
look
say
at
that,
them.
but it will happen same way. Like,
Yeah, but then
it's rough.
their
But that's
defense
eye
is
candy,
that
innit? Let's call it eye
yeah, but
candy,
their
like.
defense is that they're legal. From your 18,
You
you're
know what,
from
let me
your
hold
16.
my mouth about what came to mind.
From your 16, you're legal, yeah, in the eyes of the law. So a 40-year-old will still date a 16-year-old because they're legal.
Not my child. You're getting topped up, mate.
So this is where certain things in the law has to change as well. Even though they said that they're gonna lower the age of consent to 12.
But then what would they change the law to? Because even if they move up to 18 and 48 still don't sound right to me. 21 and 48.
Yeah, it doesn't.
still
But
don't
then,
sound right to me.
well,
So kinda
put
like-
it to 20 then. Put it to 20.
But then still, that still don't sound right to me.
But it's better than 12. It's better than 12.
Nah, 100%. But
At 20, you're an adult.
I don't even get what the whole 12
Like-
is about. Like, to be honest,
like, it
not
makes-
even,
yeah.
Not even 13, not even 10. Like, I don't get where the 12 came from, but all
My-
12,
that
you ain't
is
even,
that is
you're not even-
another episode. I'm not gonna lie. That's another episode. That is another episode.
Nah, I feel like it fits in. We can touch on
it
it. We can
probably-
touch on it.
Well,
Yeah,
Nah,
because
because we don't have enough time to touch
To
on
do
that.
what?
It's another episode.
To
touch
touch
on
on
the
what?
whole age of consent thing.
Yeah, that's another episode, man. Because seriously, but I just think that we need to raise awareness because this is something that a lot of people in this world are carrying. You know what I mean? And it's having an effect on their daily lives. It's having an effect on their relationships, their self-esteem, their confidence, everything.
And the relationships they have with their own children.
Exactly. And if we continue to allow older men and older women to groom young children, like, the world's gonna just get even more messed up than it already is. That we have to show people that this cannot run anymore. Like, those days are over. Do you know what I mean? Like, people just sit down and are quiet about things, like, and then that poor child has to deal with that for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Which obviously, as we've seen, kind of affects the rest of their life as well.
Of course it does, because
Obviously.
they can't heal from that.
And then if they don't heal from
And
it,
then
you're
they now
raising
pass
a
it on.
generation of broken adults.
Exactly.
Why we've got broken adults in this generation.
And it's harder to heal a broken adult than heal a broken child. So have you got any last thoughts on this? Because
I feel we've touched on it enough, you know. I don't even want to say the name no more. So
have you got anything?
I just think that as parents, we need to make sure the communication's open with our children.
Yeah, simple as that. So yeah, we're gonna bring it to an end now, innit? So big up yourself, Jade and Mr. OTF. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we'll be back again next week. Peace.
Bye.
out.